Hello, I'm Gary Lyon and welcome to the wash-up for the Fremantle Dockers. They couldn't repeat their grand final appearance of last year, and Ross and his Freo crew have got a bit of soul-searching to do over the off-season on where this team is headed and what they need. Damo?
Yeah, that's really well summarised, Gaz. They've got a lot of questions to ask themselves. The Ross plan, it's got them only so far. They need to tinker with it and even make some wholesale changes if they want to stay up near the top of the ladder, and I don't think they will.
He was defiantly optimistic after their losing semi-final, qualifying final, semi-final. But, well, we'll wait and see. There were highlights throughout the season. Anthony Morabito for me. I mean, any time a man goes through 3 knee reconstructions and comes back, round 16, been out for 3 years, Damo, and he made his way back onto the field against Melbourne. I think it was up in Darwin.
Yep.
Following week, came back and played at home at Subiaco Oval. It's a great footy story. He was a number 2 pick, I think, from memory. He's got all the things you need in the modern game: athleticism, pace. He's got genuine footy skills. So he's got a taste of it, which is great. He stood up. Hopefully he can get through a really strong summer, and he would be one that they would look forward to for regenerating this list.
And thankfully he survived that injury scare late in the season on the track before...
your highlight?
My highlight, Gaz, was Ross again. You know I've got a soft spot for Ross.
Yes.
Just this wasn't cutting it, the phone conversation with Daniel Pearce in round 8, Gaz. So throws the phone down, leaves the box. Look at Kirky, just doesn't know where he's going. Ross just had to do it man on man, Gary, old school.
What, did he go down to give Daniel Pearce
a earful spray?
I do remember that.
He deserved it too.
He would be a fearsome
man,
man, Rossi.
Goes back up to the box as though nothing's happened.
We love that. What about the low light for me? Hayden Ballantyne missed the last final with injury, but has missed too much footy throughout the course this year. Was found guilty 3 times by the MRP this season. Now, a lot of them were the little niggly ones, a little knee to the guts, a little right rip here, watch this, bang, Reece Shaw.
Got him.
And then you'll find Tommy Buggers also in his sights a little bit later on in the process here, behind the play. Got a week for this one, actually, Hayden, so... I love Hayden Ballantyne.
You do, don't you?
Yep, I do. I think what he brings to that footy club is so special. He's got genuine goal-kicking nous. He just needs to get rid of this, because the more he does it, the more opposition clubs will come to him.
What I liked is Colin Sylvia, Gaz. Had a very ordinary time when he was a footballer at Melbourne, high draft pick, went to Freo, was expected to rejuvenate him and his footy club. Got good money to go and do it. And it's just been a bomb yet again. His career is just going absolutely nowhere, and he's not the sort of person Ross Lyon's going to toil with too much. So they've got him on a long-term deal, or a 3-year deal, but on good money. But I don't know where he's at.
It was almost a matter of course, though. People would say, get him out of the Melbourne environment, get him into the strong Fremantle environment, therefore he will become a great player, or a very good player.
Yeah, well, he just clearly hasn't done what Ross wanted him to do. Hey, a special mention on a low light too, Gaz. Aaron Sandilands. Just... God, he got a little bit ahead of himself here,
yeah, we call this a Luke Darcy rule. God love him. He got one bounce on, he just got to come back, and then he went on the right hand and thought, maybe I can bounce it better there. Then he couldn't handball it, and then he flipped it over. Just do what you do best, Sandy, and that is be one of the best tap ruckmen the game's seen for a long, long time.
OK, who are you going to give your Christmas bonus to at the Dockers?
I think this, of all the bonuses I've given out this year, Damo, I think this would nearly be my biggest. This is Lachie Neale, and I think... once and for all, recruiting people, if a bloke has got talent regardless of size, then draft him. And I know Lachie Neale got pushed down the draft order because, I've got no question it was because of his size. He was a star in the under-18 competition for South Australia. Right. Loved what he was able to do there. Had to work hard to get into this really elite midfield, and we sing the praises of Freo's midfielders being big, strong, Barlow, Mundy, Fife types. He's come in and had a fantastic year, so a healthy bonus for Lachie Neale. Who have you handed one out to?
Well, I hope you left enough money for the man I want to give it to, Nate Fife, Gaz. Just stand out. No, I said this after 2013. He was the best player in the comp, and you laughed at me.
What you're doing is giving...
And unfortunately, it took a long time to realise he is.
You're giving yourself a Christmas bonus.
Well, maybe I'm doing that as well, but this guy needs a big one, Gaz, because...
he's already got about $1 million, hasn't he?
Oh, he's on a good wicket, but... apart from those 2 suspensions he got, one he didn't deserve and one that he did, just an extraordinary performance from a man who is now, and even you would admit, the best player in the comp.
So let's get this straight first. So you discovered him?
Yep.
Well done to you.
Hey, who's on the chopping block?
Well, this is a bit lateral. The chopping block is Pav. Not for his footy, but he's gone the wrong man here. He's tried to go on the tough act. He's gone after Boomer, mind you, who's only a little wee man. It wasn't Boomer, Pav. It was Lindsay Thomas, who just scarpered after he gave it a little head massage. So a little tongue-in-cheek one there for Pav.
My chopping block goes to Matt de Bourgaz. Last year it was a crucial part of what Ross Lyon did in getting that team into the grand final, and yet this year just went all missing and got omitted a couple of times. And future at Ross Lyon coach Fremantle, I think, is in some doubt now.
All right, no worries. What do they need to get better, and what sort of players do they need to recruit? Well, Luke McFarlane down in the back half. Whether he goes on or not, I'm not sure, but they need to identify a replacement for him and get him in pretty quickly. So I'm not sure whether they do it through the draft or whether they try and find one from another club or whether they've got one there. I know Silvani and Dawson, but you'd suspect they need more support. So support in the back half for me.
Well, to me, it's not just the back half that needs bolstering, it's the forward half almost more so. They've had a crack, as we know, for Cloak and Taylor. It has bombed, and it's easy to say, get a key forward. It's very hard to
Mitch
do.
Clark there to go at.
Yeah, well, that won't. I couldn't imagine
Obviously,
that be happening. Matt Taberner has got ability, Gaz, but he's not clearly. In what he showed in the finals, he's nowhere near ready being the man that they need him to be, and he could well be at some stage, but not in 2015.
Michael Apnis, the other one, who's a draft pick that they got a lot of faith in. So, all right, up, down, stagnate.
Well, I've got them going down, which surprises me because as recently as 6 weeks ago, I thought they were on track for another grand final appearance. But no, I just think what we saw, and particularly with the men you mentioned there, McFarlane having issues, and Pav right at the end, right at the absolute end, down.
I've got faith in Rossi Lyon. I think they're going to go and stay around the mark. I do. Their elite talent is elite. The bloke I identified, Nat Fyfe, is going to be a star. He's already a star. So I got him hanging around, Damo. So there you go. That is the wash-up for the Dockers in 2014.